It's Memorial Day as the Sasquatch and Legion Post 164 get set to face off here in Spearfish, South Dakota. Hello everyone and welcome to Black Hills Energy Stadium. I'm Ari Wall, so glad you could join us right here on
Please stand and remove your caps as our national anthem is performed tonight by the
It's Memorial Day here at Black Hills Energy Stadium as the Sasquatch and Legion Post 164 get set to face off here as the Sasquatch are back here in South Dakota for the first time in 2024. Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Ari Wall. Well, the Sasquatch are coming off a tough road trip in Casper, but they're back here at home and maybe a little bit more fun than competition, as today will feature a 10-person lineup for the Sasquatch. It'll feature 7-inning games, and we'll have some position players pitching who probably haven't pitched in a while for the Spearfish Sasquatch. In the top of the first inning, Legion Post 164 will bat and they will pitch to themselves. That's how this exhibition game will work. Both teams will hit against their own team's pitchers, so we'll take a look at how this Legion 164 team will line up against themselves. First off, it'll be Aiden McVerden who will lead things off. Riley Polnice will bat second. Cody Chapman is the pitcher. Jack Branham will bat fourth. Halen Heiding bats fifth. Sean Sewell in the sixth spot. Tucker Olson will bat seventh. Owen Bruner eighth. Will Scharf ninth, and like we mentioned, Cody Chapman on the mound, and catching him will be Owen Bruner. While that's going on, the Sasquatch will play defense in the infield and the outfield, so we'll take a look at that right now. In the outfield, it's Patrick Rakes in left, Ben Green in center, and Braden Gastisha in right, so that's the outfield left to right. On the infield, Dylan Darnell is at third, Matthew Gonzalez at short. Ryan Bachman, the veteran, he's back for his fourth year. He's at second base, and Jordan Bowman gets the start at first. So as we mentioned, a couple things to keep in mind. So both teams will pitch and hit to their own players, so we'll see Legion on the mound and behind the plate and hitting in the top of the first. In the bottom of the first, we'll see the Sasquatch pitching, hitting, and we'll see Legion in the fields. Sasquatch pitchers, because of the 4-game road trip in Casper and tomorrow's game in Oahe, followed by a long home series, they'll be capped at just 20 pitches per inning, so we won't see longer innings in the bottom half of frames, as Sasquatch pitchers will throw 20 pitches, and then whatever happens at that point, that'll be the end of that half inning. And then also we'll have 7-inning games, or I should say 1 7-inning game. And that's how we'll line up here today. So Aiden Meverden will lead things off as the first pitch from Cody Chapman is inside, brushing him back for ball one. A nice 69 degrees here at the ballpark. The sun is shining and the fans still filing into this mostly full stadium here at Black Hills Energy Field. 1-0 from Chapman is swung on and missed. Strike one. As we mentioned, the Sasquatch 4-game series in Casper, they were swept in that road trip, but today should be a fun game at the ballpark, maybe a little more fun than it is hard competition, as this one's popped up foul. It's going to stay in play, but Darnell couldn't find it along the third base line, and it falls foul for strike two. So this yearly tradition between Legion 164 and the Spearfish Sasquatch continuing here in 2024. Some of these players have played in it before. Ryan Bachman, obviously the veteran for the Sasquatch, has been in this matchup a few times, as Meverden fouls it off to stay alive. Got to imagine it's always fun playing against your own teammates. This Legion team probably knows their fellow teammates a little more than the Sasquatch do, with a lot of those guys coming in just right before the season started, as Meverden goes down on strike swinging for out number 1.
With 1 out, now batting for the Spearfish Post 164 Spartans, number 11, second baseman Riley Polrice.
So that'll bring up Riley Polrice, second baseman for Legion Post 164. The tall right-hander digs in from that right side and swings and misses on a pitch upstairs. 0-1 on Polrice. Almost a game of bragging rights here when you're playing against your own teammates. If he can strike out the side or do so effectively, got to imagine he's going to be having some fun in the dugout with his teammates as Polrice cuts on and misses. 0-2 the count. Seen a fastball, seen a breaking ball. The 0-2 from Chapman is swung on. He did not make contact. Behind the place to get it is Bruner, and he throws to Jordan Bowman to retire Polrice. It's the second strikeout swinging of the inning, and 2 up, 2 down. So now this is Cody Chapman's spot in the order, but because he is the pitcher, he's not going to be able to hit and pitch at the same time. So that'll bring up Braden Eriks, who will come dig in from the right side. And he takes outside, ball 1.
Now batting for Spearfish Post 164, Braden Eriks.
The 1-0 on the way. Swing and a miss, went back to a breaking ball on the outer part. Comes up empty, 1-1. Crowd still filing in here at Black Hills Energy Stadium, though a lot of seats have been filled in the dirt. 2-1. This one's in the air to right field. Gastisha will charge in, and he will make the catch to retire Eriks. So 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first for Cody Chapman. Headed to the bottom of the first. Sasquatch coming to bat, 1-2-3 when we come back.
Knee replacement? With the area's only ROSA robot, Monument Health offers a more personalized and precise procedure, customized for your anatomy. Get going with Monument Health, your partner for advanced orthopedic care.
Welcome back to Black Hills Energy Stadium as the Sasquatch will toe the rubber and get behind the plate while Legion will get in the field. So we'll take a look here at how the Sasquatch will line things up here on this Memorial Day. So glad you could share a little bit of your Memorial Day with us here on Monday afternoon, becoming evening. Take a look at the lineup for you right now, as it'll be Ryan Bachman, the second baseman, who leads things off. Braden Gastisha in the right field, he bats second. Patrick Rakes is batting third. Jordan Bowman, the cleanup hitter. Javier Marcial, the designated hitter, bats fifth. Kyle Finn is on the mound, so he probably won't end up batting fifth. It'll be her sixth. Ben Tate will probably take that spot. Dylan Darnell will bat seventh. Matthew Gonzalez eighth. Ben Green is batting ninth, and Chance Green is batting 10th. Yes, that's right. We have a 10-man order for the Sasquatch. Taking a look at how the Legion Post 164 team will line up defensively behind Kyle Finn. On the outfield, it'll be Heiding, Meverden, and Scharf, the outfield left to right. And then along the infield, it is Sewell, Olson, Polrice, and Branham. That's third to first. Behind the plate is Chance Green catching Kyle Finn. Kyle Finn, a bit of a two-way player as he gets the start here today, though he's also pretty well known for his bat. He's actually off to a pretty hot start for the Sasquatch, 5 for 14 in 3 games played in Casper. But today he will toe the rubber. The rising sophomore from Coronado, California, attends Barstow Community College, the Vikings out in California. And now it'll be the Sasquatch who will face themselves, as Ryan Bachman, the veteran, will come to the plate.
Ladies and gentlemen, leading off for the Spearfish Sasquatch,
a fan favorite.
Number 24, second baseman, Ryan
Bachman, not only just a veteran, but the all-time leader in Sasquatch history in hits, RBIs, and runs. This is his 4th season here with the ball club. Check swing on the first pitch. Did not offer. Ball 1. Bachman, a South Dakota native from Rapid City. As we mentioned, his 4th year. Attends Mount Marty University out in California, so a battle of 2 California school guys with Finn and Bachman. Chops this one on the ground to short. Olson will field and have trouble with it. Bachman is going to reach on a leadoff error. So important to keep track of the pitch count. Try to do that as this inning goes along, as the Sasquatch pitchers will only throw 20 pitches before they will be relieved. As Braden Gastisha will come to the plate after the error for Ryan Bachman. Gastisha takes on the corner for strike 1. Gastisha starting the season pretty strong out in Casper as well. 4 for 12 in that 4-game set, an RBI and 2 runs scored. As this pitch tails inside. Ball and a strike to count to Gastisha. A left-hander in 2023 as a freshman. Batted .319 with 11 RBIs, 12 runs scored in 24 games out with the Navarro College Bulldogs in Texas. Fouls this pitch back, ball and 2 strikes. Might be able to hear from the crowd here, trying to get Ryan Bachman to steal. Sasquatch attempted 4 stolen bases in Casper. They were caught twice. Bachman not necessarily known for his speed, but he'll take off here on the 1-2 as the pitch misses upstairs. The throw down to second is not in time. It's a stolen base for Ryan Bachman, and he's in scoring position with nobody out.
That Sasquatch stolen base is brought to you by False Bottom Bar. Head on down to the False Bottom after the game to enjoy some nightly.
Gastisha will dig back in here ahead of the 2-2 from Kyle Finn. Pitch on the way. He is grounded to first, and it's going to be fielded by Branham. He'll step on the bag. Moving to third is Bachman. And a runner at third with 1 away, and Patrick Rakes coming up. Well, Patrick Rakes in last night's game, the series finale in Casper, was the Landmark Realty and Development Player of the Game. He had 4 hits in that series finale. Sasquatch came up 90 feet short, losing that game 10-9. Leaving the runner stranded at third as this pitch is hammered into right field. Bachman will score easily from third. It's an RBI single for Patrick Rakes. And the Sasquatch are on the board. They'll lead at 1-0. So Rakes continues a hot start as he gets the single off of Kyle Finn to give the Sasquatch the first run of the game. That brings up Jordan Bowman, another player like Kyle Finn who can do a little bit of both. We saw him pitch in the series against Casper, hit as well, as he takes a big cut at that one and comes up empty. Just watching Bowman in batting practice, I mean, you can tell by his stature, 6'6", 265 pounds, one of the stronger guys on this team. He was launching balls out of the park in Casper. He takes down low to even the count here, a ball and a strike. So Rakes is on first after the RBI single that brought home Ryan Bachman. As Kyle Finn tries to limit the damage in the first. Bowman pops this one foul out of play. Count will go to 1-2. Bowman goes to Cerro Soso Community College, which is notable because of the coaching staff. The first-year head coach, Justice Scott, is head coach out at Cerro Soso Community College, as are couple of the assistant coaches who will be here over the course of the summer. As that one runs inside, Bowman is hit by the pitch. That'll put runners at first and second with still just 1 out. That'll bring up Javier Marcial, today's designated hitter for the Sasquatch. Marcial celebrated a birthday 2 days ago, back on May 25th, as he grounds one to third. We'll see if they can turn two. Sewell steps on the bag at third, long throw to first, and that ball gets away. Marcial is going to go to second. Heading to third is Bowman. So they'll get one out at third, but Marcial will reach on the throwing error. And the Sasquatch will have runners at second and third with two away. And the pitcher spot Kyle Finn, but it'll be occupied by Ben Tate coming up. Tate fouls the first pitch back. Appeared in just 2 games this past year, starting one as a redshirt freshman back with the East Central University Tigers out in Oklahoma. Made a couple starts already on the season in the series against Casper. And he hits one into left field. Hiding started in, and it goes over his head. 1 run's going to score. 2 runs are going to score. Ben Tate is going to stop at second base. It's a 2-run double for Tate. Rakes and Bowman and Marcial come in to score, and they'll lead it 3-0. Well, we figured the Sasquatch would have some offensive success with some tired arms and limited arms. They're going to have to throw out a lot of position players and probably going to see almost exclusively fastballs from these pitchers. So the hitters almost know what's coming. And in that case, Tate able to hit one over the head of Hiding for a 2-run double. Sasquatch on top 3-0 early as Dylan Darnell digs in from the right side. Texas native from Burleson, attends Hill College Rebels. Lines one up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit as well. Tate around third. He's going to come in to score. Stopping at first is Darnell. It's an RBI single and a 4 spot in the bottom of the first inning for the Sasquatch. RBI for Darnell. And the Sasquatch lineup keeps it moving, and that's going to be it. The 20-pitch mark has been reached. Justice Scott will call it there. So that will end things in the bottom of the first inning. 4 runs for the Sasquatch. We'll head to the second here on the Spearfish Sasquatch YouTube channel. Back in a moment.
So they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on. She loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind. Hey, nice play. Yeah, it blows my mind. She's my lover.
Welcome back to Black Hills Energy Stadium, getting set here for the top of the second after a 1-2-3 inning by Cody Chapman in the first. He will be relieved by the new pitcher on the mound for Legion 164. It is Jack Branham, number 22, the left-hander. Will toe the rubber to begin the second inning. His spot was actually due up first in the order, so we'll see who leads off this second inning. I see Halen Hiding loosening up in the on-deck circle, getting some swings. Might be number 16, Brock Lewis, who leads off this top of the second inning. Just a gorgeous day here on Monday, and I can tell you personally from coming from Casper this past weekend where it was cold and windy, a nice change of pace to have the sun shining as we approach 6:30 here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. A really great crowd on hand here at the stadium. If you are local and are not at this game but want to come out to future games, we highly encourage you to do so. Check out the Spearfish Sasquatch website. Purchase some tickets for the season. Great environment here at the stadium. Lots to do, lots to eat. And of course, watch some fun baseball out in the sun.
Leading off the top of the second inning for Spearfish Post 164, number 22, first baseman Jack Branham.
So Brock Lewis will actually lead off this half inning as Jack Branham is on the mound. It's Branham on the mound and Lewis at the plate to begin things in the second. And it's chopped right back to Branham, who will throw to first. Bowman on the bag. One pitch, one out here in the second. A good mix of fans here at the stadium. Legion fans and Sasquatch fans. I'm sure both are sort of rooting for each other. No animosity, of course, between these two teams. Just a fun exhibition game. Fun for both teams. Great opportunity to kick off the summer at home for the Sasquatch. As it's the left fielder, Halen Heiding, who goes after the first pitch as well, and skies one into left field. That's pretty well hit. Going back on it is Rakes, and that ball is gone. Out of sight, home run, Halen Heiding. It's the first run of the game for Legion Post 164 as he gets a high five around third from Dylan Darnell. High five from his third base coach, and he'll come to the plate. A solo shot off his teammate Jack Branham to put Legion Post 164 on the board. Well, that's now cheap shot out to left center fields. 330 to the poles, 400 dead center. That ball was hit to left center fields. Got to be at least 360 feet out there. As Halen Heiding with a swing that I'm sure he'll talk to Jack Branham about after this game is over. Puts one over the fence in left center field for the first run of the game for Legion. As a breaking ball from Branham drops in there on the third baseman, Sean Sewell. Another curveball is swung on and missed. 0-2 the count. Good looking breaking ball from Jack Branham early on. He goes to the pitch twice here to get 2 strikes. We'll see if he tries it again here. 0-2. Misses in the dirt that time. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right in the middle of this Legion lineup, it's the 6th hole hitter, Sean Sewell, at the plate. This one's on the ground to second base. Bachman ranging to his right will field and fire to first in time. Sewell is retired, and it's out number 2. That'll bring up the shortstop, Tucker Olson.
Coming up to bat for Post 164, number 13, shortstop Tucker Olson.
Olson, the tall right-hander, will dig in. Takes just low, ball 1. Sasquatch scored 4 runs in the home half of the first off of Kyle Finn. Legion with run here in the top of the second, courtesy of a solo shot by Halen Heiding. The 1-0 is fouled away by Olson. Ball on a strike. Infield, outfield, straight up here on Olson. The 1-1. Tried to go back to the curveball, lost the grip. Two-1, fouled straight back. That's headed for the parking lot. That'll even the count here. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And fans, remember to take your foul ball over to the concession stand to get a swatch box once again this year. Brought to you by State Farm agent Jody Garcia.
2-2 again, tried the curveball, and again he misses up and away. So count goes full here. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Olson. The on-deck hitter is Owen Bruner, or at least that's who would be scheduled, the catcher. So it's actually Braden Eriks who's standing in the on-deck circle as this one's popped up a mile high. Speak of the catcher, it is Bruner who makes the catch to retire Olson and end the inning. So the Sasquatch, or pardon me, Legion gets a run. Halen Hiding solo home run. We'll be back here for the bottom of the second inning. It's Sasquatch 4, Legion 1.
Jet Rogers at Peak Family Chiropractic and Sports Performance. We all take different paths in life. That's why we utilize multiple different treatments here at Peak. Our main treatment is our high-level chiropractic adjustment, but we also emphasize the use of cupping, scraping, vibration massage, trigger point therapy, and active care to promote movement, strength, mobility, and most of all, pain relief. Why travel to multiple locations when you can have total wellness under one roof? Stop in today and let's get you to your peak.
So from behind the plate to on the mound, Chance Green will take over here for the Sasquatch, replacing Kyle Finn after 1 inning of work. As we mentioned, the Sasquatch not full with their roster, as there are some players who will be arriving late. Not to mention as well a 4-game series against the Casper Spuds. And then coming up, they've got a game on the road against the Oahe Zap tomorrow before a home stretch begins against the Prospects. And then the Spuds will come here to take on the Sasquatch for a couple of games. As it's the shortstop, Matthew Gonzalez, who will have the first cracks against Chance Green on the rubber. Gonzalez has been the starting shortstop early on in the season as he hits one out into center field. A long run charging in is Meverdeen, and he makes the catch. What an amazing play out in center field by by Aiden Meverdeen. Put away Matthew Gonzalez, and that's out number 1. Good swing of the bat by Gonzalez, but a better play out in center field. That's the first out here of the second inning. As Ben Green will dig into the box from the left side, and I believe he is wearing a GoPro on his chest. So you see the numbers for him there on the season. Hopefully we get that footage at some point, and maybe that gets out on social media, because I'd love to see what he sees in the box. As he grounds one to short, nice play there by Olsen at shortstop to retire Green. 2 quick outs here in the second inning. So Chance Green was the 10th hitter in the order, so I guess a smart play to put him out on the mound, as we can actually flip things over from the 9th spot back to the leadoff spot for Ryan Bachman, who will get a second at-bat in as many innings and takes on the corner for strike 1. Bachman reached on an error to begin the bottom of the first. Count even here, a ball and a strike. I had the chance to talk with Bachman ahead of the series against Casper about what it's like being a veteran and having a bunch of new guys come to essentially his city, Rapid City native, so not too far away out in Spearfish. A lot of new guys coming to the town. He said he always tries to make sure that they know the good spots to eat, make sure they feel comfortable in the town. He tries to do whatever he can to make these guys feel comfortable. 1-2. That one brushes him back inside. Count even. Sasquatch only have 2 catchers on their roster with Chance Green and Brinkley Evans. As this one's chopped to third, and that's going to get away from Sewell. A couple fortunate bounces for Ryan Bachman. He's on base for a second time. And a second time he reaches on an error. So the inning not over yet, as a 2-out base runner will bring up Braden Gastisha from the left side of the plate. Gestisha, one of the more veteran players on this team, an upperclassman heading into his junior year. Takes ball 1. Standing at 6'1" from the left side of the plate. Bachman also stole a base back in the first, so a small lead for him here with 2 outs, but we'll see if he does take off at some point in this at-bat. 2 balls, no strikes on Gestisha. Gestisha grounded out to first in the first. As he rips one into right field, that ball is going to go foul. Just foul down the right field line. Might have been able to score a run if that ball had snuck in inside the line. So 2 balls and 1 strike to count here on Gestisha as Chance Green is on the mound. His pitch count probably in pretty decent shape as he got 2 outs quickly, so should be able to face at least one more batter after this if he can't get the 3rd out. As we mentioned earlier, pitchers are basically capped at 20 pitches as the request of head coach Justice Scott with the tired arms. Doesn't want to risk injury and certainly doesn't want to throw out any of his pitchers. Gestisha stays alive here. Fouling went off on the left side. Two upstairs, full count. Now Bachman will be on the move. 3-2, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 2nd inning as the Sasquatch are looking for some more runs after a big 4-run first. Gestisha pops this one up on the 3rd base side. Sewell drifting back, still back. Now in shallow left field, a collision between Heiding and Olsen. Not sure who actually came up with the catch, but it was caught. I think it was Olsen coming in, or probably going out from shortstop to make the play. Either way, it's the end of the 2nd inning. The Sasquatch will carry a 4-1 lead heading into the 3rd.
When you venture to Spearfish in the Black Hills of South Dakota, you'll find rugged hiking and biking trails, extreme rock climbs, and views that will take your breath away. Plan a Spearfish vacation and come find your adventure. Spearfish, my great place in South Dakota.
Top of the 3rd coming up as it's Braden Eriks who will bat for a second time, as he batted earlier for Cody Chapman, who was pitching in the first inning. This is Owen Bruner's spot in the order, the catcher. But it'll actually be Braden Eriks who hits. And he takes ball one. He flew out in the first inning against Chapman. Now he's facing Jack Burnham, who is on the mound for a second inning. Braden Eriks is batting twice before the 9-hole hitter Will Scharf even bats once, only in the exhibition game. 2-0 the count here on Eriks. He gets that one just off the end of the bat and fouls it off. Pretty good second inning, his first inning of work. Jack Branham got 3 relatively weakly hit balls, but right in the middle of that was a Halen Hiding home run out to left center field. So far the highlight of the game in my book, as this one's fouled away to even the count here, 2-2. In the air, right field, Bowman ranging back, and he catches it in foul territory. So a pop out to begin the third inning, as Eriks is retired for a second time.
Now batting for Spearfish, post 164, number 18.
That'll bring up the right fielder, Will Scharf, the 9-hole hitter in the order. Before that, the lineup flips back over to Aiden Meverden, who's standing in the on-deck circle, who made a really nice defensive play in the home half of the second to rob Matthew Gonzalez of a hit. Owen won the count here on Scharf after a swing and miss on a pitch upstairs. This one's hit into left field. That might get down, and it will, but foul. Couple feet foul of that left field line. Pitcher is warming up as well for the Legion Post 164 team. Oh, 0-2 here on Scharf. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball in the dirt. But Bruner has trouble finding it, and so Scharf is going to reach on the pass ball. It's a strikeout and an error behind the plate. And so Scharf is aboard with one away.
Now batting for post 164, number 15, Aiden Meverden.
So Aiden Meverden will come to the box here for his second time. Struck out in the first against Cody Chapman. Now facing the lefty Bruner. Pardon me, Branham. Got Branham on the mound, Bruner behind the plate. One ball and no strikes, the count to Meverden. Pitch on the way. Is popped up on the infield. We'll see who gets it. Bachman and Gonzalez both drifting towards second base. It goes towards the shortstop side, and Gonzalez puts it away for out number 2. So the righty Polreese will come to the box here with 2 away and a runner aboard. Looking to extend this top of the third inning. As we mentioned, we only play 7 here on this Monday afternoon. Special Monday, as it is Memorial Day, and glad you could spend some of your Memorial Day with us here on the Spearfish Sasquatch YouTube channel. Grounded to third, takes a nice hop for Darnell, who fires across the diamond in time to retire Polreese. So that'll do it for the top of the third. Headed to the bottom half of the third. Sasquatch still on top, 4-1.
going somewhere, going higher, faster, farther, going in new directions to new places. At Monument Health, we keep going so you can keep going. We're dedicated to advanced orthopedic care with the latest innovations, technology, expertise, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner. Learn more at monument.health/orthopedics.
Look who's on the mound for the Sasquatch, a familiar face. It is Ryan Bachman, who will toe the rubber in the bottom half of the third inning. He'll face the Sasquatch order 3, 4, 5. Rakes, Bowman, and Marcial are the scheduled hitters. And how about this for Ryan Bachman? As we've mentioned, the veteran of this team, 4th year now with the Sasquatch. Played all 4 of the games in Casper, a lot of them at the leadoff spot. Nobody knows this team better than he does, and he's got a chance now to pitch for the Sasquatch. First pitch on the way to Rakes is upstairs, ball 1. According to our amazing interns behind the scenes, Blake Bolin, who is clocking these pitches, that first pitch came in at about 75 miles an hour. As Rakes takes a healthy hack at that one and fouls it off. Well, Rakes is a guy with a lot of power. Good for his last name as well, as he does rake when he's at the plate. As he swings and hits one into center field, ranging back on it is Meverden. And he makes the catch, much to the delight of Ryan Bachman on the mound. It's out number 1. This middle part of the order has a lot of power. So the fan in me would love to see Bachman groove one here down the middle to Jordan Bowman, because who knows how far that ball could travel. Could clear the scoreboard out in left field if he gets a good handle on one, as Bowman fouls it off late on the 77-mile-an-hour fastball. The 0-1 from Bachman outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, pulls one outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. On the ground to short. Olsen on to first. Close play, but it is not in time. Bowman just beats it out. We'll give him a single for that one, as he's aboard with 1 away here in the 3rd. Marcial and Bachman talking to each other from the box and on the mound.
Now batting for the Sasquatch, number 23, Javier Marcel.
As Javier Marcial digs in here. Upstairs, ball 1. Saw the numbers for him on the season. Marcial reached on an error in the first, came around to score. Takes a big swing at that one. You could hear him laughing from up here. Fouls it off to even the count. 1-1, a little hesitation, maybe throws off Marcial as he pops one up into foul territory. It's headed for the dugout, and it lands right in that third base dugout. That'll be strike 2 on Marcial. We'll see if Bachman can get the strikeout. I heard some murmurs before the game of a possible ephus that Bachman has in his back pocket. If he does, now would be a good time to use it here. 1-2 on Marcial. Pitch comes right after him with a fastball, and it's fouled straight back. Count stays, a ball and 2 strikes. One-two misses. Count even now on Marcial. That pitch cracked 80 from Bachman. The 2-2. This one's lined. Hot shot goes off the glove of Sewell. Trickles into left field. It's going to be a base hit off the bat of Marcial. Moving to second is Bowman. And the Sasquatch offense strings together back-to-back hits here off of Bachman. Single by Bowman, single by Marcial. And now Ben Tate will come to the box.
Now batting for the Sasquatch, in the 6th spot, number 22, Ben Tate.
Tate doubled in the first, brought home a pair of runs the first two of the game. And he fouls the first pitch straight back. 4-1, Sasquatch here in the bottom of the third inning as Bachman probably getting close-ish to that 20-pitch mark, so this could be his last batter if this at-bat runs a little long. After 20 pitches, the inning will end regardless of the out total as he blows that pitch by him. 79 miles an hour upstairs for strike two. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Ryan Bachman with the strikeout. Gets Ben Tate on 3 pitches, powers him with an 81-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle. And that's the second out of the inning.
Now batting for the Sasquatch, number 13, Dylan Darnall.
So Dylan Darnall will come to the box with 2 away here in the home half of the third. Goes after the first pitch. Comes up empty, 0-1. This past season out in Hill College, batted .235 with a homer in 17 games played. Quickly behind here, 0-2 as Bachman starting to feel it towards the end of this inning. It's 5 straight strikes, a chance for back-to-back Ks to end the inning. Here comes the 0-2. That's in the air right center field. Charging after it is Mever Den. He loses his hat and the ball gets down in front of him. Throw comes in all the way to third. Bowman was not running on contact there as it's going to be a single and the bases are going to be loaded with Matthew Gonzalez coming up. Well, we won't have a chance to see what Matthew Gonzalez can do at the plate as Bachman reaches 20 pitches and the bases will be left loaded in the bottom of the third inning. We're headed to the fourth here. Sasquatch on top, 4-1.
New games every month at the Lodge. We are constantly updating our gaming floor with the latest fun games to keep our guests entertained with new games every month. For the freshest selection of slot machines in town, make the Lodge at Deadwood your gaming destination. The locals' choice for gaming excitement with the newest games is the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort.
So we're left to wonder what would have happened in the bottom of the third inning with the bases loaded and 2 outs, but we won't get to find out as we're headed to the top of the fourth inning and a new pitcher on the mound. It's that man right there for Legion 164, Sean Sewell, who got the start at third baseman, played there the first 3 innings. He's now on the mound and he'll face his own team, of course. It's 3, 4, 5 in the order, beginning with Cody Chapman, who will have his first opportunity after he was scheduled to bat in the first. He was pitching, so that spot was occupied by Braden Eriks. But now we'll get an opportunity at the plate here as we approach the midway point in this 7-inning contest. Exhibition game between the Sasquatch and Legion 164. Glad you could join us.
Now pitching for Spearfish Post 164, Sean Sewell.
As Sewell gets ready on the mound, Chapman digs in from that right side. And the first pitch is on the way. Breaking ball misses up and in. Ball 1 on Chapman.
Batting now for Spearfish Post 164, Cody Chapman.
1-0 catches the bottom part of the zone to even the count here on Chapman. Sasquatch scored 4 runs in the home half of the first. The lone Legion run came on a solo shot off the bat of Halen Heiding. That's the only hit that Legion has off of its own pitchers. So perhaps the pitching coach and the pitching staff will have the last laugh when this game's over. 1-2 pitch. That one's bounced in the dirt to even the count on Chapman. Still Owen Bruner, I believe, behind the plate for Legion. Two-two, swing and a miss. Throw will go on to first to complete the strikeout. And that will be out number one as Chapman goes down on strikes. So that'll bring up another guy who has had an opportunity on the mound in this game, Jack Branham. He worked the last 2 innings for the Sasquatch, pitching the second and third after Chapman went just 1. Takes up and away for ball 1. Branham hasn't had an at-bat in this game. He was set to lead off in the second inning, but that at-bat went to Brock Lewis instead. He's ahead in the count here, 2 balls and no strikes on Sewell. Two-0 check swing goes right back to Sewell, who will field underhand toss. Bowman makes the play at first. So an excuse me swing turns into out number 2 off the bat of Branham. And that brings up the lone Sasquatch run, the lone Sasquatch hit in the form of Halen Hiding.
Now batting for post 164, number 12, Halen Hiding.
Hiding got a pitch off of Branham in the second inning and deposited it out in left center field over the wall. First home run we get to see here at Black Hills Energy Stadium this 2024 summer. Ball and no strikes, the count on Hiding. Pitch on the way is popped up a mile high. That's going to go foul down the third base line. An amazing crowd here on hand to support the Sasquatch to open up the 2024 summer. Coming out, spending their Memorial Day at the ballpark. If you're spending your Memorial Day with us on the YouTube live stream, we appreciate that as well. Hope to have you along for the games all summer long. As mentioned earlier, the Sasquatch are on the road tomorrow when they take on the Oahe Zap. But then starting Wednesday the 29th, they start the series against the Nebraska Prospects, and they're home all the way until Monday on June 3rd. So if you want to come out to any of those games, hope to see you at the ballpark. Bachman makes the play at second base to retire Hiding. It's 3 up, 3 down for Sewell in the 4th. We're halfway through, headed to the bottom of the 4th. Sasquatch still lead this one 4-1.
Do you know the locals' choice for gaming excitement? It's the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort. With new games arriving every month, our selection of slot machines is the freshest in town. You can always find a game with our card tables open 24 hours a day. And parking is free and easy at the Lodge, with the area's largest free parking only steps away from our front door. Enjoy spacious and comfortable gaming at the Lodge at Deadwood, the locals' choice.
Rogers at Peak Family Chiropractic and Sports Performance. We all take different paths in life. That's why we utilize multiple different treatments here at Peak. Our main treatment is our high-level chiropractic adjustment, but we also emphasize the use of cupping, scraping, vibration massage, trigger point therapy, and active care to promote movement, strength, mobility, and most of all, pain relief. Why travel to multiple locations when you can have total wellness under one roof? Stop in today and let's get you to your peak.
So they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on. She loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind.
Hey, nice play.
New pitcher on the mound for the Sasquatch. It is Dylan Darnell, who made, well, I shouldn't say he made the last out. He singled his last time up in the 3rd inning, but was left stranded because of the pitch cap at 20 innings on Bachman. So he'll have the 4th inning to himself as he faces the bottom 3rd of the order, starting off with Matthew Gonzalez, and then it'll be Ben Green and presumably, nope, it won't be Chance Green because he's catching. So it'll be Matthew Gonzalez, Ben Green, and then the top of the order for Ryan Bachman. His first pitch misses upstairs to the shortstop, Matthew Gonzalez. Two 2-0. In the air, center field should be playable for Meverden. Ranging over to his left, and he'll put it away. Quick out number 1 for Darnell. So that brings up Ben Green, the lefty, who grounded out to shortstop in his first at-bat in the 2nd inning.
Now batting for the Spearfish Sasquatch, number 5, center fielder, Benjamin Green.
Strong start to the season for Green at the plate. In 3 games out in Casper, 4 for 11, you saw the numbers for him there. 364 batting average, stole a base as well. This past season with the Palm Beach Atlantic University Sailfish, batted .291 in 40 games. So a good bat to have batting in the 9th spot if that's where he stays for a majority of the season. Be a good sign for how deep this lineup could be. They showed how strong they can be at the plate in that series against Casper, especially in that last game, putting up 9 runs as Green flies this one into right field, and it'll be put away by Scharf. But in that series against Casper, a lot of struggles with command on the mound was sort of the big difference in that 4-game set. I talked to head coach Justice Scott about that and about how they can solve that moving forward. He said, you know, a lot of these guys didn't get a whole lot of innings or a lot of at-bats, so there's a bit of rust on it from that aspect. That's really the whole point of summer ball, is to give these guys an opportunity that maybe didn't have a whole lot in the spring to work things out, get better, so they can come back to their colleges as stronger players. That's the job he's tasked with, and obviously balancing that with trying to win a lot of ball games this summer as well. As that pitch catches the corner to even the count here. I believe this is Brinkley Evans. It is. The other catcher will bat in the 10th spot in the order. And Evans fouls one back. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Evans and Chance Green have split the time behind the plate as the 2 catchers on the roster. 1-2. This one's chopped over the bag at shortstop, and that's going to get through for a base hit. So Brinkley Evans will extend the inning with a 2-out single up the middle. That turns the lineup over for Ryan Bachman, fresh off of an appearance on the mound. A scoreless inning. He'll come back to the plate. He's reached base both times with a pair of errors. First pitch on the way to Bachman. Upstairs, ball 1. Two balls, no strikes now on the second baseman. Bachman, just from this early time that I've gotten to know him over the course of a week, talkative, always right in the middle of the team, making sure everybody feels comfortable and confident in playing for the Sasquatch. Nobody knows this team like he does, the 4-year veteran. Green light on 3-0, and he fouls it off. Count goes to 3-1 here on Bachman. Low 80s is what I'm being told on the mound is what we're seeing from Dylan Darnell, about 82, 83. And he misses upstairs on the 3-1 to walk Bachman. That'll put 2 runners aboard here. Bachman at first, Evans at second for the powerful lefty Braden Gastisha. Castisha is 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded out to first in the first and popped out to third in the second. Goes after the first pitch and pops one up foul. Out of play on the left side. Castisha was first team all-conference in 2023 as a freshman with the Navarro College Bulldogs. Committed to Tarleton State next year. Takes on the outside corner, 0-2. Castisha trying to tack on some more runs. We haven't seen a lot of offense as of late. 4 runs in the bottom of the first, 1 in the top of the second. As Castisha fouls this one off, gets a piece of Chance Green behind the plate. One run, 1 hit, 3 errors for Legion. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Sasquatch. As Castisha takes a big swing on 1 and 2 and comes up empty. Strikeout swinging ends the frame. No runs, 1 hit, 2 runners left on base. Has some confusion with the number of outs. That is out number 3, and that will do it for the bottom of the 4th. Headed to the 5th, it's still 4-1 Sasquatch here, watching Sasquatch versus Legion 164 right here on the Sasquatch YouTube channel. Some fun in the ballpark as YMCA is going on. Some prizes being handed out here. First game of the season at Black Hills Energy Stadium. As a new pitcher on the mound for Legion 164, it's that man right there, Tucker Olson, who gets set to start off this 5th inning. He'll be on the mound facing 6, 7, and 8 in the order. As it's a familiar face, Braden Eriks, who's up now for a 3rd time. Takes outside, ball 1. Eriks has batted in the 3rd spot in the order. This is the 6th spot in the order, and he's also batted in the 8th spot in the order. So if you're keeping score in a scorebook, have fun. 2 balls and no strikes to count on Eriks. Eriks pulls one foul. Got a good swing on it, but a little early. After Eriks, it is Tucker Olson's spot in the order. So standing in the on-deck circle is Brock Lewis. He'll hit for the man on the mound. Upstairs on 2-1 to make it 3-1. One thing we've seen a lot of from Legion Post 164, a great sign, is a lot of strike throwing. They have not issued a walk yet. Haven't been a lot of 3-ball counts either, as that's the first walk issued there on 3-1. Eriks will take first. And in fact, that is just the 3rd base runner of the game. Halen Heiding had the homer in the 2nd. Will Scharf reached on a strikeout after a ball got away in the third. And now a walk in the fifth. And Legion has a base runner to lead off. And he's taken off on the first pitch as the pitch sails down low. It's going to be a stolen base for Eriks as he gets himself into scoring position, still with nobody out here in the fifth. Brock Lewis is the batter. Grounded out to the pitcher in his only time up. That was back in the second inning.
Now batting for post 164, Brock Lewis.
2-0. Breaking ball drops in there nicely. A nice looking curveball out of the hands of Olson. Finds the zone to make it 2-1. Goes back to the breaking ball as it's lofted into center field. Green ranges over to his right and makes the catch to retire Lewis for out number 1. So that brings up the 8th spot in the order. That was scheduled to be Owen Bruner. It turned into Braden Eriks in the 3rd, but now it is Owen Bruner. Hasn't been able to hit for himself because he's been doing the catching through the first 4 innings, but he's replaced behind the plate, and now he gets a spot in the batter's box as he takes ball 1. I believe that might be Sewell behind the dish, 23. Tough to see because of the jersey number. One-0 goes up and in on Bruner. 2 balls and no strikes as Olson's has struggled with a bit of command in this 5th frame. Comes home with the 2-0 and tries to drop a breaking ball in there, but it misses up and in. 3 balls and no strikes on Bruner. In danger of walking a second hitter in the half inning. Comes home with the 3-0, taking all the way. Strike 1 on Bruner. Here's the 3-0. Pardon me, 3-1. That's on the outside corner. 3 balls and 2 strikes now as he gets back after falling behind 3-0. Waiting in the on-deck circle is the 9-hole hitter, right fielder Will Scharf. 3-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Strike 3. Bruner down on strikes. Great battle back by Olson, who fell behind 3-0. 3 straight strikes. Comes up with the strikeout swinging for the second out. So here's Will Scharf, struck out in the 3rd and reached on the error. Looping curveball catches the outside corner. Starts him off with strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Bounce to 3rd. That's going to go foul. So no balls and 2 strikes on the 9-hole hitter, Will Scharf, as Legion, their pitching staff has done a great job allowing just 1 hit through 4 2/3, trying to make it 5 innings with just the 1 hit, the solo home run allowed. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Ball sitting at the feet. Throw to first in time. Back-to-back strikeouts ends the frame as he gets Bruner and Scharf down swinging. No runs, no hits, 1 man left on base for Legion in the top of the 5th. Sasquatch bats coming back to the plate, leading 4-1 when we come back here in the bottom of the 5th. Back here at Black Hills Energy Stadium, a new pitcher on the mound for the Sasquatch. It's number 18, Braden Gastisha, who will get an opportunity on the mound. There you see him right there. He's going to face 3, 4, 5 in the order. Patrick Rakes, Jordan Bowman, and Javier Marcial, the scheduled 3 hitters. Looks like he can't help but smile there on the mound as he gets set to face off against Patrick Rakes. First pitch, up and in on Rakes. 1 ball and no strikes. Gastisha, as we've talked about, a good hitter for the Sasquatch. It started the year off strong at the plate. Probably the only time we'll see him on the mound. Clocked in at the low 80s as Gastisha puts out his hands, asking Rakes why he didn't want to swing at that one. If he's going to keep grooving fastballs like that, though, Rakes could send one a long way as he catches the zone again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gastisha challenging him to swing the bat. Gotta love how much fun these guys are having facing each other. 1-2, fouled away. Gastisha certainly throwing a little bit harder from what we could tell than maybe Ryan Bachman before him, as he's sitting around low 80s. 1-2 on the way to Rakes. Grounded to short. Olson has trouble with it, and that's going to be an error on Olson at shortstop, allowing Patrick Rakes to reach to lead off the inning. It's the 4th error committed by Legion. And a leadoff base runner, Rakes is aboard for the 2nd time in 3 tries. That brings up Jordan Bowman, who was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning. Singled in the 3rd. Up for a 3rd time now in the 5th. Takes a pitch on the corner. Man, Gastisha is painting the corners. Couple nice pitches on the outer half against Rakes. He's staying away from these big power bats. Not that time, as he challenged him. Bowman pops it up. Sewell drifting over at 3rd. It's going to fall. Breaking for 2nd is Rakes. We'll see if they can get the force. They don't, as Polreese is pulled just off the bag. We'll give Jordan Bowman a single, as nobody touched that ball on the way down. So Bowman at 1st after a single. Rakes at 2nd, as he's able to scamper over there after that ball fell between Sewell and Olson on the left side. Lane Syme will come to bat. Syme showed off the power in the series against Casper with a solo home run. The only home run the Sasquatch hit in that 4-game series. And he powers one into right field, though should be playable for Scharf. Rakes goes back to 2nd base. He'll tag up. Throw comes into the cutoff man. And Rakes will head to 3rd. It's the 1st out of the inning on the flyout by Syme. And the Sasquatch have runners on the corners with 1 away. And Kyle Finn will come to the box. So Kyle Finn will get his first crack of the bat. Ben Tate batted in this spot in the order the previous 2 tries with a double in the 1st and a strikeout. This pitch is hitting in the air to right field. That's going to get down in front of Scharf. It's an RBI single for Kyle Finn. Rakes will come in to score from 3rd, and Bowman will trot over to 2nd base as the Sasquatch attack on the first run of the game since the top of the 2nd. An RBI single courtesy of Kyle Finn has the Sasquatch in front 5-1. So Braden Gastisha in a bit of trouble here in the 5th. 1 out courtesy of a flyout by Syme, but the Sasquatch still with an opportunity at the plate with runners at 1st and 2nd. Finn at 1st and Bowman at 2nd. As Dylan Darnall in the box, and he takes outside. Ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike, the count. This one's in the air, right center field. We'll see if anyone can get there in time. Everden and Scharf. Ball falls in between them. Bowman had to hold up at 2nd base, so he'll trot to 3rd. And the bases will be loaded after a single by Darnall. It's his 3rd hit of the night. He's 3 for 3, all 3 singles And the bases are loaded with 1 out. We'll see if the pitch count is high enough. Looks like Gasticia's going to get to go. So Matthew Gonzalez, who flew out to center both of his previous 2 tries, he'll get an opportunity with the bases loaded and 1 out. Trying to put the Sasquatch in front big. Make it, from what it is, 5-1, a chance to bring home at least 1, 2, maybe 3 runners here if he can get into one. The 1-0 on the ground to second. We'll see if they can turn 2. The ball eats up Polrice at second base and trickles into right field. Just 1 run will score on the error. Everybody moves up a base. Coming in from third is Jordan Bowman. Sasquatch do tack on another run. The bases will stay loaded for Ben Green. Well, part of me is hoping he hits a grand slam here, because with that camera on his chest, the GoPro mount that he's got, would love to see a POV of him rounding the bases with a grand slam. Not going to happen, though, as he pops one up into shallow center field. Meverden will drift over and make the catch. Tagging from third is Finn. He's going to air it out all the way into the infield. It's a sacrifice fly for Ben Green. The Sasquatch tack on another run. 3 runs in the frame. They lead it 6-1. Pardon me, 7-1. Darnell stays at second base. Gonzalez stays at first. And a first pitch strike to Brinkley Evans, the 10-hole hitter for the Sasquatch. Second catcher probably will start doing the duties after this half inning, you'd have to imagine, as Chance Green has been there, I believe, the whole time. 1 ball, 1 strike, says Braden Gasticia, struggling here to get out of the 5th inning. 3 spot for the Sasquatch. Misses on the outside corner, 2 balls and a strike. The 8th hitter to come to the plate here in the half inning, 2-1. That's in the air right field. Scharf drifting over, and he'll put it away to end the half inning. Sasquatch get 3 runs on 3 hits, and they'll leave 2 runners stranded. We're headed to the 6th. Sasquatch on top, 7-1. Top of the 6th here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. New pitcher on the mound for Legion. It is Riley Polrice, who will step to the rubber, starting second baseman for Legion today. Will have an opportunity on the mound. 1, 2, 3 in the order. Aiden Meverden will lead things off, and Polrice's spot is due up second in this half inning. So we'll see who occupies that spot instead, as the first pitch goes outside for ball one. Upstairs again with that offering. 2 balls and no strikes to count. 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike on Meverden. Meverden struck out in the first. Was retired in the third. Made a nice play out in center field earlier in the game as well. A diving grab. Flash in the leather. He's been quiet with the bat, looking to get on base here. Start a bit of a rally for Legion, who've been quiet as a team offensively. Only 1 hit, and it was the solo home run back in the second. Make that 2 hits as Meverden lines one into left field. Going off to cut it off is Rakes, and he'll quickly fire it into second base. It's a leadoff single for Meverden to begin the 6th. Now stepping to the plate is number 19, and unfortunately I do not have a number 19 listed on my roster. So this is an unknown batter for me, who chops one foul. This would be Riley Polreis' spot in the order, but obviously he's on the mound, so he can't occupy that spot. They go to the bench. Runner goes, and a ball is lined to short. Gonzalez, what an adjustment. Throw on to first, what a play. Matthew Gonzalez was reaching to cover second as Meverden was taken off, and makes a fantastic play to reach back and put that out away at first base. Meverden will take second, and there's 1 away here in the 6th. That'll bring up Cody Chapman, who got the ball to start for Legion. Pitched the top of the first inning, a scoreless frame. Retired top 3 in the order. Top 3 in order, and the top 3 in the order. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Chapman, who struck out in his lone plate appearance in the 4th. Meverden stands on second as Chapman pops one up on the infield. Gonzalez will call off Darnell, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. That'll bring up the cleanup spot in the order that's been occupied by both Jack Branham and Brock Lewis. It'll be Branham who comes back to the dish here. Branham takes strike 1. 1 run on 2 hits, 5 errors by Legion. 1 run on 10 hits, no errors for the Sasquatch here in the top of the 6th inning. We play 7 here on this Memorial Day edition of Sasquatch Baseball. Exhibition game between Legion and Spearfish. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count on Branham. Polreis comes home and misses up and in. 2 ball, 1 strike. Infield and outfield straight up here on the lefty. As again he tries to go back inside and misses. Make it 3 balls and 1 strike. Inside again, so 3 straight pitches tailing towards that left-hand batter's box. Branham works a walk, first and second with 2 away. And the offense coming to the plate in the form of Halen Hiding. Hiding homered in the 2nd inning. The only run for the Sasquatch in this game. Pardon me, the only run for Legion in this game. The 1-0 is hitting the air to left field. That ball's deep once again. Rakes is going back. He's at the track, and he stops just in front of the track to make the catch for out number 3. Man, Heiling just missed another home run. Comes up just a few feet short out in left field. Almost the same spot he hit it out. Winds up as out number 3. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. Sasquatch still lead this one 7-1.
When you venture to Spearfish in the Black Hills of South Dakota, you'll find rugged hiking and biking trails, extreme rock climbs, and views that will take your breath away. Plan a Spearfish vacation and come find your adventure. Spearfish, my great place in South Dakota.
I wanna shout out to the world so they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on. And she loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind.
Hey, nice try.
Yeah, it blows my mind. She's my lover.
New pitcher on the mound for the Sasquatch, and it is Ben Green with the camera mount on his chest. This should be a fun video whenever we get this one. I hope we get a chance to view this one at some point in the future. Maybe put it out on social media for all of you to see, as Ben Green will get an opportunity to pitch here against the Sasquatch in the bottom of the 6th inning. Scheduled 1, 2, 3 in the order with Ryan Bachman, Braden Gastisha, and Patrick Rakes. The top 3 in the order, as Ben Green, the lefty, 5'9", 180 pounds, throwing from that southpaw delivery. Hometown Jacksonville, Florida, coming all the way out here to Spearfish, South Dakota for the summer, and getting an opportunity on the mound. He's played a lot of games in the outfield. In fact, all of his games out in the outfield. 4 for 11 at the plate in those 3 games. So Ryan Bachman will come to the box to lead things off in the home half of the 6th. Reached on a pair of errors in the 1st and 2nd, and then walked his last time up in the 4th. The everyday second baseman for the Sasquatch in a familiar spot leading off an inning. Fouls it straight back. The ball and a strike on Green. 69 miles an hour. That's, I think, among the slowest we've seen thus far. He's an outfielder, though, so I'm sure he does have a cannon, but not trying to use it all right now. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt and saying he's throwing off speed. 2-1 here on Bachman. And that's in the air to left field. Bachman's going to be aboard for a 4th straight time as he bloops one into left center field. Pair of errors, a walk, and now a single. 4 for 4 in terms of on base for Ryan Bachman. That brings up Braden Gastisha, pardon me. No, it doesn't. They're going to go to the bench for a pinch hitter. And look at this. So you got a position player on the mound and a pitcher in the box as Cade Bleeker is calling his shot. Pointed out to left field. He just called his shot for a home run. We'll see if he can deliver. Bleeker, upstairs, ball 1. Well, Cade Bleeker, the Mesa, Arizona native, getting an opportunity in the box against Ben Green as this pitch misses inside. Bleeker takes a couple steps towards the mound, but thinks better of it. Two balls, no strikes. We'll see if he can get a pitch to hit. He does, and he puts one on the ground to second. We'll see if they can turn 2 to second for 1. On to first. Dug out, but not all the way by Branham at first base, as they'll get just 1 on the fielder's choice. Bleeker's going to reach. And that'll bring up Patrick Rakes, as Bachman is retired on the base paths. Rakes has reached base 2 of 3 times. He singled and drove in a run in the first. Flew out in the second and then reached on an error and scored a run in the fifth. Productive day at the plate for Rakes, who's coming off being the player of the game, the Landmark Realty and Company player of the game, after his performance last night, where he put up 4 hits and 6 tries. 2-0. Fouled off the end of the bat as Rakes was way out in front of that pitch. Count goes to 2-1 if he can stay back on it. There are some cars parked out in right center field that might be in danger. Bleeker dancing off first, bluffing a steal. 2-1 in the dirt. Bleeker is going to stay at first. So 3 balls and 1 strike the count here on Patrick Rakes. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, Sasquatch on top 7-1. Rakes pops this one up into shallow center field. Drifting back is Olsen, the shortstop, to make the grab. Retires Rakes for out number 2. Jordan Bowman, the first baseman, is the next man to bat. Was hit by a pitch in the first inning, singled his other 2 at-bats in the 3rd and the 5th. Also came around to score a run in the 5th inning. Up with 2 outs as Green steps off and fakes a throw to first. Bleeker will hustle back. First pitch to Bowman. Big cut and a miss. Strike 1. Right in the middle of this Sasquatch order. Oh, 1. Tails outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. If Bowman can reach, Easton Brooks, another pitcher, is standing in the on-deck circle. One. Goes back to something a little softer upstairs to make it 1-2. Was thrown around 69 earlier. Able to top up close to 75 for Ben Green in this half inning. And he's ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Bowman. The pitch. That's in the air, left field. That's going to get down and split the outfielders. Hiding goes over to cut it off. Bleeker around second, and he'll head to third, and he's in there standing up. As Bowman singles, he's aboard for a 4th time, a 3rd hit. The Sasquatch will have runners on the corners, and Easton Brooks, a pitcher, coming to the box.
Now batting for the Sasquatch, number 36, Easton Brooks.
So Easton Brooks, known for his pitching arm, will get an opportunity to bat here and try to drive in a run. Sasquatch already on top by 6 in the 6th. 2 away runners on the corners. Green on the mound, and he jams Brooks, who fights it off foul. Bleeker at third. Bowman at first. Sasquatch up to 12 hits in this game. Looking for another right here. Down and away. Count even on Brooks. Brooks goes to Utah Tech University, the Trailblazers. Did not appear in a game this past year as a freshman. 1-1 from Green. Goes upstairs. Dugout praising his good eye to keep the count in his favor. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-1 from Ben Green. That's cracked into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Picking it up is Hiding in left center field. Bowman's going to stop at third. And Easton Brooks with a little celebration out on second base as he drives home a run with an RBI double. Sasquatch extend the lead. As Bleeker comes in to score, they lead at 8-1. And the 20-pitch limit has been reached for Ben Green on the mound, and so that is how the inning will end. Sasquatch tack on another run 8-1 the score as we head to the final frame. The top of the 7th coming up. Sasquatch still leading.
And Chewbacca. Are you guys ready? All right, 3, 2, 1, go!
Down the home stretch.
And Chewbacca is our winner. Thank you guys for participating, and thanks to Tim Lizzie Game Resort for sponsoring the Squatch 400.
We're all going somewhere, going higher, faster, farther, going in new directions, to new places. At Monument Health, we keep going so you can keep going. We're dedicated to advanced orthopedic care with the latest innovations, technology, expertise, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner. Learn more at monument.health/orthopedics.
We got a look there at the Tin Lizzie Sasquatch 400. Always a fun time at the ballpark. Another new pitcher on the mound. It's Will Scharf who takes over for Legion, as he will face this middle to bottom part of the order. The final frame of regulation. We play 7 here in this exhibition game, and we are getting set for the top of the 7th inning. It is 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Sean Sewell, pardon me. It is not Sean Sewell who will lead things off. Brock Lewis will come to the plate. Lewis, this is his 3rd time up, but I'll be honest, my scorecard is a mess right now, and I can't tell you what he did and when he batted. And that eephus is in there for strike 1. 42 miles an hour on a radar gun. That's the way to start the half inning. As he just drops one in there. Goes back to it again and gets a swing and miss. 0-2. Well, if he can throw that pitch for a strike, that's tough to hit. Gets the sign. We'll see if he tries it again here. 0-2. Drops it in there, and it's grounded to third. Throw across the diamond is dug out at first by Bowman. Out number 1 on the ground out. So Lewis is retired. And that'll bring up Tucker Olson. Olson, this is his 2nd time up. He popped out in the 2nd inning. That was his only at-bat. As Will Scharf able to get the first out of the inning on the eephus, and he drops one in there, and this one's hitting the left field, but should be playable for Patrick Rakes, who drifts over to his right, or pardon me, his left, to make the grab. So 2 quick outs for Scharf. As we'll see who's dinging it in here. Another not scheduled hitter. It's Zach Wilson who will come to the box for his first at-bat of the game here with 2 away in the top of the 7th. Wilson goes after the first pitch and lofts it into left. Rakes unable to make the diving play. Wilson will round first but think better of it. He'll stop right there as it's another hit for Legion. That's just their 3rd hit of the ball game, and it comes with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. As Zach Wilson comes through to extend the game. So this is now the 9th spot in the order, which would have been Will Scharf. Instead, we'll see, I believe that's Connor Johnson digging in from the right side of the plate. First pitch from Scharf. Tails outside. That is Connor Johnson, number 21 in the box. With 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Pickoff at first. Wilson's back in time. Sasquatch leading this one 8-1. 8 runs on 13 hits, no errors for the Sasquatch. Run on 3 hits, 5 errors for Legion. As he drops in a strike. Swing and a miss on the Ephus once again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count. Well, he could shock everyone right here and just throw a fastball. He shakes off the first pitch. We'll see what he's trying to throw. He shakes off another sign. Checks back in on Wilson. Clearly has a pitch he wants. I'm going to imagine it's the Ephus. A pitch not often seen in today's game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Ephus is blooped into left field. That ball is going to get down in left field off the bat of Johnson. Wilson will go to second base as Johnson makes the adjustment on the Ephus. Comes through with a single. And the lineup flips over to the leadoff spot where it's Aiden Meverden. Meverden singled in the 6th inning. Has retired his other 2 plate appearances. He's 1 for 3. 2 hits in this half inning, back-to-back singles for Legion. As that pitch is upstairs for ball 1. In fact, Legion has only had a runner at second base. This is now the 3rd time this game. Ephus again and totally locks up Meverden. He wanted to pull the trigger, but he just could not. Completely locked up. Count goes to 1-1. 1-1 on the way. The Ephus again is grounded to short. Gonzalez charging in. The throw to first, that isn't Gonzalez. I think that's Braden Gastisha at shortstop. It is. Braden Gastisha, an outfielder, makes the play at shortstop to end the top of the 2nd inning. Bottom of the 7th inning coming up. It'll be the last swings for the Sasquatch. Matthew Gonzalez is trotting out to the mound. We'll introduce you to him and get you wrapped up for this game when we come back here on the Spearfish Sasquatch YouTube channel. Matthew Gonzalez is the final pitcher of the game for head coach Justice Scott and the Spearfish Sasquatch team. As he got the half inning off with Braden Gastisha making the play at shortstop. Saw him taking ground balls in the warm-ups, but comes up with a nice play to end the half inning, and Matthew Gonzalez will now step to the mound. Standing at 5'7", 150 pounds. He'll face 6, 7, and 8 in the order, starting off with Kyle Finn. Finn got the ball to begin this game, and while we have a bit of a moment here in the 7th inning, you can just look back at what this game has been. Pitchers used for the Sasquatch, if you can call them pitchers: Kyle Finn, Chance Green, Ryan Bachman, Dylan Darnall, Braden Gastisha, Ben Green, and now Matthew Gonzalez. The 7 arms that the Sasquatch have thrown out there. Tell you who Legion threw out there in just a moment as Finn flies one into right field. Pretty well struck, going back on it is Scharf, still back, and he makes it an adventure out in right field. No signal yet. They're going to say he makes the catch, and Finn is retired for out number 1. Legion threw out Cody Chapman to begin the game. He was followed by Jack Branham, who went 2 innings. Sean Sewell, Tucker Olson. Riley Polreiser then pitched the 6th, and Will Scharf pitched the top of the 7th. First pitch in there for strike 1 on Cade Bridges, who will have an opportunity to hit here. Another pitcher coming to the box, replacing Dylan Darnell. And he lost the handle on the bat. It goes flying. That's a pitcher swinging a bat. Well, he was swinging a bat, lost the handle. 0-2 is the count as the dugout gives him some words. Darnell, a great day at the plate, went 3 for 3. As he's going to get that back in his hands. Darnell, who would have been scheduled to hit here, was 3 for 3 with an RBI single. Also pitched a scoreless inning. He might end up being your player of the game, so stay tuned. As this pitch misses inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thrown around 76 to 78, Matthew Gonzalez is, as per our fantastic Game Day Ops interns behind the scenes, Blake Bolin, giving us the pitch data all game long. Bridges goes down on strikes for out number 2. That'll bring up the spot that would have been Matthew Gonzalez. Instead, bat will be handed off to Colin Anderson, who will drag the bat to the plate on a slow walk into the box. Anderson, another pitcher, will have an opportunity to swing the bat, as have a couple of his other pitching teammates. Easton Brooks got a chance, Bridges, Bleeker, and now Colin Anderson. We're seeing a 4th pitcher in the batter's box. Only fair when you've got 7 non-pitchers on the mound that they can swap places. 2-0. The count here on Anderson.
That's where it says 8-0, right? Thank you. That's where it says 8-0, Blake.
Swing and a miss, 2 balls and 1 strike. Colin Anderson, perhaps the last batter we'll see here in this 7-inning game with 2 outs in the bottom half of the 7th. Takes outside, 3 balls and a strike. On deck would be Ben Green. We'll see if they go back to another pitcher should this game be extended another batter. 3-1 from Gonzalez. Big cut and a miss from Anderson as he wanted that fastball upstairs. Came up empty. 3 balls, 2 strikes as the Sasquatch are down to their final out, but also 1 out away from technically winning. And it's outside. Ball 4 on Anderson to extend the game, as Gonzalez unable to retire Anderson. That'll bring up Ben Green, fresh off of pitching an inning. Pitched a 1-run 6th inning. Green has lost the GoPro on his chest that he was wearing for the first 6 innings, and he takes a big cut at that one. Comes up empty, strike 1. In the dirt, count even here on Ben Green. Green had a sac fly earlier in the game. It was his last time up in the 5th. Other than that, he's been retired all 3 plate appearances. Takes up at the top of the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One strike away, Matthew Gonzalez. The pitch on the ground, second base. This could do it. They'll go the short way to second, and that will end the ball game as Green grounds out. And the Sasquatch, well, we'll say the Sasquatch win it. 8-1 is the final. Although the victor is not what matters in a game like this. A lot of fun for both of these teams to face off in this exhibition game. Great opportunity for the fans to come out and support both of these two teams, the yearly tradition between the Sasquatch and Legion Post 164, as they will shake hands to conclude this game. 8 runs, 13 hits, no errors for the Sasquatch. Run on 4 hits, 5 errors for Legion 164, and that is how this game will end. The Sasquatch victorious here on this Memorial Day. Stick around as we're going to have our post-game show, the Landmark Realty and Development Player of the Game. Dylan Darnell will hopefully join us in the press box. If not, then you'll just hear from me a couple words in our post-game show. The GP Local post-game show is coming up. We're going to hopefully maybe even get an interview on the fields from our amazing in-game host, Abby Halpin. So we'll keep it here for a couple of moments and see if we can get that set up. Otherwise, we'll take a quick break and then come back. So stick around for a few moments. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the GP Local post-game show. So stick around for a few moments and then we'll be back. Here for the GP Local post-game show. I'm joined alongside Dylan Darnell, our player of the game. Dylan, for you, let's just talk about your performance first off. 3 for 3 at the plate. Obviously, you're facing your own guys on the mound, so what kind of an experience was that like?
I mean, it was fun. I mean, it was funny because I miss a fastball sometimes, and then they smile, and I smile back, and it was a good time. I mean, no pressure. It was a lot of fun. Hope to do it again.
And then on the mound, first off, when's the last time you got to pitch in live action?
Oh, man, it's been, I think, about 3 years maybe. My senior year. I used to pitch in high school, but I haven't pitched in a long, long time. But it was great.
What was the process like for you on the mound? Were you thinking, I mean, we saw some ephysis today. We saw everything. Were you thinking about breaking out some of that?
No, I mean, I wish I wanted to, but our Coach Bill, he said, no, I don't want to, no off speed. He's like, just give him fastballs, and you don't want to get hurt or anything. So I wanted to, but no, I didn't.
And then also, obviously, coming off the 4-game trip against Casper, you're back at home now, going on the road against Oahe. Early start to the season. What have you enjoyed most about your time here in Spearfish, and what are you looking forward to moving forward?
I love the hikes, love the mountains. I'm from Texas, so it's pretty flat over there. I mean, I like the energy. I like the people here, and then I don't know. I'm gonna venture out and see what's all over here in Spearfish.
I appreciate it, Dylan. Thanks so much for taking the time. I'll let you get back to your autograph signing here to end this ball game. The Sasquatch able to come away with the win here against Legion 164 in this exhibition game. As we'll say goodbye here from Black Hills Energy Stadium for our entire crew behind the scenes making this happen, for our owner Eric Schmidt, for Stephen Hogenkamp, who joined me up here in the press box making this whole show happen behind the scenes. Thanks so much. I've been Ari Wall. Look forward to you joining us on a future Spearfish Sasquatch broadcast in the future. Thanks so much. Have a great Memorial Day, and thanks for sharing some of it with us.